I tried building $1 million AI automation agency in 30 days. The goal of this challenge was to build a business that does $83,333 a month. And that was over 1 year ago. I haven't made any proper video on how the challenge went, what I learned, all of that stuff, and this video will cover that. When someone hears about this challenge, the first question they would ask is why? Who would try to build $1 million agency in 30 days? So, ever heard of Elon Musk? Yes. Parkinson's law states work expands to fill the time available for its completion. Elon Musk famously said in one of his interviews, if you give yourself 30 days to clean your home, it will take 30 days. But if you give yourself 3 hours to clean your home, you will get it done in 3 hours. And same applies for your life, your goals, and your potential. That really prompted me to take on this massive challenge. And turns out, as I progress through this challenge, 2 other billionaires might be holding the key for this success and time equation. You will definitely enjoy this journey. In this video, we will cover how the challenge went, what are all the lessons that I have learned, and what are some of the things that I would do differently if I were to try them today, and what are some of the action items for you to learn from this journey while you are building your AI agency. For those of you who don't know, my name is Mani and I have been running my AI agency for over 15 months now. And I've documented my entire journey here on YouTube. If you do want to check me out, please do. Let me talk about what happened in the week one. You already know what the challenge is. And as I explain what I was going through, I will show you the actual videos that were being posted in that week. In first week, it was all about setup and tried crazy outreach, because when you are trying to reach this massive goal of 83,000 in revenue, you need to move quick. There are so many businesses till that point that were doing $1 million in revenue by productizing their service. That was my goal. Productize chatbots, workflow automations. So that way the fulfillment time is really fast, and I break down everything in my day one video. I want to show you a quick overview of, I don't want to go into the whole thing now, but it was posted on August 2nd, 2023. That was more than 1 year ago. And this is a challenge that I did when I found my passion, because I was changing my jobs. I was in 5 different jobs before I found this and started my own agency. I've been in tech for over 15 years now, but this is last year I found my passion and I started my agency. This is a really good video that you want to follow. It's the day 2 video. It covers payment process, websites, all the basic stuff that most people miss. And the crazy outreach methods that I talked about is building 100 custom chatbots for 100 people, 100 custom chatbots with video outreach. And that has been a wonderful experience, because I was working 22 hours straight or something. You have to keep in mind, I didn't have a video editor. I had to do everything by myself. While I was doing that, I was recording stuff and editing and uploading stuff also. So that's why the 22 hours. So what did I learn on first week? I don't want to go through every video, but the main lessons that I got from week 1 is setting up takes a ton of time. You need to find that balance. You need to find a good resource that covers the entire thing and do it as soon as possible. Because if you, again, give yourself a month to finish all of this, it takes a month. It took me literally 1 day to do the whole thing, even with the registering my business as an incorporation. I started as a sole proprietorship, but all of that would take me under a day. So you can spend a month on setting things up, but I took so little time. In this video, it only took one day. But when I did my first time, I took a week or 2 weeks to finish the whole thing, because it's not really moving your business forward. Even though the setup is necessary, it's a form of procrastination also. You need to keep moving forward. You need to keep taking action. Building a website is not taking action. Reading a book or a podcast is not taking action. Doing something, reaching out to a client, booking a meeting, booking a sales call, that is action. You need to focus on actions. Early outreach is crucial to start building a pipeline. I started my outreach on day 3, I believe. I did not wait, I did not stop, and I came out swinging. I reached out to 100 people on day 3. So that 100 people, that was the only video outreach that I did. After that, I did reach out to people that was more using generic demos, but these custom demos, out of those 100 people that I reached out to, instantly 3 to 4 of them I closed during the challenge. But even after I finished the challenge, I've been getting leads from that campaign. That goes to show how effective that is if it's done right. Again, having a clear value proposition is essential from the start. I covered this in my day 1 video itself. I talk about offer, niche criteria, and offer creation value equation. So you can get some really good value from it. And I would totally recommend you read $100 Million Offers by Alex Hormozi. Again, I said it's not taking action. You watching video, getting how to structure your offer in 6 to 7 hours is, it pays you dividends down the line. You have to get your offer straight for sure. How I would do it differently today is I could have prepared more in advance. For example, setup didn't really take much time, but I have seen my consulting clients, my members of the community taking a lot of time in setup. Even my first time that I did it, it took 2 weeks or something. So streamline the setup process, follow a guide. Okay, this and this, a quick checklist, a day or 2, done. And have outreach materials and strategy before officially launching. And Dream 100, this is something I talk about in my AI Foundations Business in a Box model course that I have in my community. But this concept is really powerful that I learned from Russell Brunson. I actually list what you need to do day 1 till 30 and after month 2, month 3. So that's really comprehensive to give you a high level overview of what happens in Dream 100 campaign. Is you make a list of 100 prospects by following a checklist, a criteria that we go through. Once you have a list of 100 people that you reach out to, there are step-by-step actions that you need to take over the course of 30 days. You can learn more about Dream 100 campaign on internet, watch some of the YouTube videos to get a better idea. I would have done that instead of reaching out to random people on LinkedIn. No offense, I did get some clients from LinkedIn during that initial campaign. When I say random, I was still targeting a niche, but when you really sit down, figure out who your ideal customer is and only reach out to them, make a list of them, personalize everything for them, you will get massive results. So action items, if you haven't set up your AI agency, I would watch this video. And how to get your first AI agency client in 7 days. This is something that I spent a lot of time on, and I go through what are all the action steps that I have taken twice to get my first AI agency clients in 7 days. One is when I actually started my agency. The second is for challenge, where I did not use any of my previous contacts, warm contacts or anything. So I have done this twice. So week 2 was all about meetings, and there was a huge strategy change. Let me talk about what happened. Conducted meetings with potential clients, made first strategy adjustment based on feedback. If we go to week 2, I talk about secret strategy and stuff. By the end of first week, I already had a couple of sales calls, and they asked me to send out a demo, and I got a testimonial for someone I did work previously for. So I had some wins over the week, and week 1, I would say went pretty well. Most people wouldn't get sales calls, warm prospects in the first 1 week. I say that because I see that happening over and over again. People that have reached out to hundreds of people and not even getting a sales call. In that aspect, I feel really lucky because it was not YouTube, it was not any paid ads that brought me those booked calls. It was purely me reaching out to people on LinkedIn and emailing them. So under 1 week I got sales calls, and the demo that we sent out during this first 1 week actually closed moving forward. These sales processes, if you don't know what you're doing, they might be longer, so keep that in mind. And day 9 I thought this 100 chatbot outreach was a disaster. Why did I say that, and why did I need to change the strategy at all? Is during this initial 1 week I was expecting results so fast. When I do something, I need a result. That is a really bad mental model or frame of mind, mindset, whatever you want to call it, to have, because it takes time, right? If we did something and there is minimum chance that someone would be super interested in what you did and get back to you. People were asking, their use case is different. They want to deploy these chatbots on WhatsApp, they want to deploy it somewhere, they have a ton of questions. Even when I try to say that it can be done, at that point it was almost like I was giving it justification. I thought the plan actually backfired because the quality of the chatbots that I was producing in there was low. So you will see that if you watch these videos, I changed my strategy, but there were some really hard lessons during that week, because again, this is always try new stuff. Just because something has worked for me doesn't guarantee that it would work for you. Most of the times it does, but initial strategy may need tweaking for your use case, for your niche, for sure. Listen carefully to the client's needs and pain points. I was trying to sell stuff that I already have instead of trying and figuring out what they're struggling with and coming up with new solutions. That's what I learned eventually and changed. That's helped me grow from $3,000 to $25,000. So always listen to your clients and find out what their pain points are, find the gaps and synergies, how your solutions would fit in. Lot of struggle and no-shows. People would ghost me, people would book calls. This one person had me do work 2 times, 3 times. He was asking, he had an e-commerce store and it's a men's grooming store, and he was asking me, okay, can you build this? I build a demo. And next week he comes in and say, can you include order tracking? Okay, he said, if you do order tracking, I will buy it. So I go in, I work a few more hours on the order tracking and send it to this person, and he tests the order tracking and he says, how much are you going to charge for this? I didn't give him a quote. It depends on additional integration, so why not jump on a call? And he ghosts me. So people make you work for hours and don't even blink an eye when you're ghosting them, because when they ghost you. So get that. There would be a lot of no-shows, people wanting free work, just trying out your stuff. What I learned to call them as suspects, not prospects. They have all this time, they don't mind wasting your time, they don't mind getting free work. So those are suspects. Please be careful. There are people out there that do that. So what I learned from that experience is charge 50% upfront. Even though he wasted few of my hours, I instantly learned from that and implemented something. I would only work on a project if they are willing to pay 50% upfront and 50% upon completion. Everything is done, deployment, testing, feedback, all of that stuff. How I would do differently: don't give out free custom demos. If this is your first client, that may be different. If it's a warm contact, 100% do so. If it's cold, I would still say something like, you must give me a testimonial, or you will pay me only if you love it, kind of deals. So AI infrastructures, this is the term that I discovered recently, and ever since I did, it changed the way I operate completely differently. I was trying to solve one chatbot, one workflow automation, but having a suite of products, suite of services that you can service one niche, say e-commerce, chatbots, voice assistants, workflow automation, reputation management. If you have a list of 5 to 6 different products that you can implement in a business and increase their ROI, streamline operations, whatever, when they see that value, other person might, if they are working with 3 different people, if they are charging them 25,000, if you come there and say you would only charge 10,000, I mean, that's a wonderful value. So a business in a box, AI infrastructures, it's really how you frame your offer. Action items: accept failure and no-shows, especially if you're in the beginning. Practice your pitch and prepare for objections. People give you a lot of objections, even though the tech sales are a bit different from the usual sales. You will still receive a lot of objections, especially AI being relatively new technology. Research potential clients deeply before meetings. AI research, this is something that I have started doing this recently, 3-4 months ago. I call it an opportunity bot, where I research the client business using Perplexity AI, and then I pass it to Claude to match their gaps with the synergies I have and find out what are all the services that I can come up with. And going into the discovery call, I already know what services might help client. That has been really helpful. Develop multiple service offerings. I already talked about this, business in a box. So 3rd week, Alex Hermosi launched his book on week 3, and I already started cold email campaigns based on the review that I got. Since I already seen some interest from e-commerce stores, I signed up for something called My Lead Fox, and they have millions of e-commerce leads that we can reach out to. I was using this $1 email outreach strategy, where I was buying free trial for instantly, and I've bought some domains from Namecheap. Even though I moved away from Namecheap, now we use Outlook, and combination of Outlook and Google for our outreach. I mean, after that, I ran cold email campaigns for 2 months. And after that, even when we tried 7 months ago, it didn't work that well. First time, it worked perfectly. I've been getting so many leads from cold outreach, and then it stopped for some reason, and I haven't had a chance to get back to it, because I've been getting leads, a lot of leads consistently from my YouTube. Since I started my premium community 2 weeks ago, I am doing a cold email campaign as a case study. So I'm exploring this. Alex launched his book, $100 million Leads, and that has essentially completely changed how I think about lead gen. So we made an adjustment. When I say we, it's me, just me. I made another strategy adjustment. Content creation can be a powerful lead gen tool. That's what I learned, because even from that 5 or 6 videos that I did in challenge, I was receiving positive feedback, and people that want to partner with me, people that want to work with me, people that have been giving me job opportunities, etc. So content creation can be powerful. Personal brand is powerful. Being open to pivoting other partnerships is stupid. I say that because I partnered with 3 different people that has gotten me free work for me. I mean, I don't blame them at all. More power to them. It's stupidity on my part, because you need to partner with someone who complements your strength. If you are a dev, they need to be in marketing. At least that's what I thought on surface. But if they have a track record of doing something, that goes a long way. Especially when you're beginning, when you don't have a track record, finding someone who has been there and done that makes a lot of sense. I was partnering up with beginners, people who are on the same journey as me. Again, it didn't work out. 3 people, imagine that. I have spent tens of hours on these partnerships, building them demos, building them products, so that they can pitch to their clients and pay me 50% when the deal goes through. And it did not work. I wasted a lot of time in week 3, while I was having sales calls, people would join my community and ask me if I can partner, and I would say yes, and that was really stupid. Leveraging multiple channels for lead generation can be effective. That's when I realized, okay, I am limiting myself. If I'm only targeting LinkedIn, they are great for first client, second client, but after that you need to start thinking about cold emails, paid ads, content creation, consistent content creation, other multiple channels for sure. And that's what I learned from Alex's book as well. How I would do it differently: start content creation earlier in the process. Instead of me trying to do videos on how the challenge went, if I had made videos on how to build something, for example, this is a chatbot. As you can see, it has 4,000 views, and this is one of the tutorials that I did that got 17,000 views. If I was doing that more often, for example, one tutorial video combined with one business development video, it would have been, I would have gotten way more leads than I already did. I learned that later after the fact. So always partner with people who have a track record. I covered that. Action items: identify your unique knowledge and expertise to share. Niche special. Again, this is if you are in the e-commerce, you can be e-commerce guy, AI guy for e-commerce, AI guy for real estate. Once you talk about what are all the solutions that you see, what are all the problems that you see, educating your niche, teaching people how to do certain things. So you can plan a small product launch to test the product. This can be in a form of lead magnet, a one chatbot that you made for a big player in the community, so that you can demo this to, if this is a well-known company, well-known brand, it would be recognized by everyone, and chances of them giving you a try is really high. Even when you are reaching out to a ton of people, if you know a chatbot is good for that top player, it should be good for you. Before we continue, I want to share something valuable with you. I've been working hard behind the scenes on a program to help AI agency owners scale their business to $25,000 a month faster than they ever thought possible. I'm confident in saying that because I achieved it myself, and I've documented all of my journey on YouTube for the past 14 months, including the really big deal that we got. Using my blueprints and systems, I've upsold one client from $5,000 to $15,000 offer, and eventually my biggest offer, that is $132,000 deal in a span of 38 days. Now I'm creating this consulting program for AI agency owners where we can network and work together one-on-one for 4 months to scale your business. Additionally, I'll be sharing all the templates, all the systems and operations, mainly offers that I've developed throughout my journey. This isn't just another sales pitch. I've actively used these methods in my own business. You'll learn how to secure your first client if you haven't started, or increase your monthly recurring revenue. We started with 10 slots. There are only 8 available now. So I'll see you on the inside when you book a call, or in 4 months when you decide to stop wasting your time. And let's discuss week 4. I was running cold emails. Even though the warm-up period was around 2 weeks or something, I started a bit early, and we implemented cold email campaign because we already have the testimonials, and I experienced burnout. So that is huge, because I was uploading videos basically every day, not only doing these crazy outreach, crazy things. By the end of the day, I have to edit the video and upload it, the thumbnail and all of that stuff, because I couldn't find an editor. That turnaround time is under 24 hours. So I was doing everything myself, and it did not turn out well. It was really hard. I was trying to chase 2 rabbits. This is a saying, and it's a Chinese proverb. You cannot catch, you know how if you're chasing 2 things at once, you wouldn't catch either one of them. I was trying to master content creation and building my business at the same time. So that's what I realized in week 4. Even that's what I covered in challenge update. I did not upload for 3 to 4 days. I was really burned out, and I just wanted to take a break. and that break lasted a while, 6 months to completely recover and start doing it again. So it's really important that you take breaks, pace yourself, really get help from someone who has been there and done that. If it's not me, it's you don't even have to join all these communities. You can find a lot of resources online, free resources on YouTube here, and get your first client that way. And there are some excellent creators in this space for sure. Pacing yourself is crucial to avoid burnout. That's what I learned. Cold outreach can be effective but takes time. It takes 3-4 weeks to really kick in, to optimize that open rate, click-through rate, work on your subject lines, message content, body, and your call to action. While I was doing the challenge, I did not see that. I was always, I want results quick. During this challenge, I was able to get soft commitments, and 2 people paid 50% upfront. And if I count everything, the results were about $7,800 that I made over that course of 30 days. That includes, I did not get paid in that month, but next month someone paid the full amount. If I were to count all the revenue generated from that month, not cash collected, it was $7,800, and I was really happy for that. And what is the most important thing that I realized in this? Remember how I said I think 2 other billionaires were right or holding key? I meant this is what Bill Gates said. Most people overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in 10 years. In my case, I overestimated what I could do in 1 month, but after 1 year, I'm at $25,000 a month. I'm not at my goal yet. I'm not doing $80,000 a month like I wanted to 1 year ago. I am taking it slow. I now have systems in place so that I do less and less work, and my systems and processes take care of things, and I'm making over 25. It's around 30 now, but my goal is to get to that 83 mark really soon. So how I would do it differently, again, use leverage. If you don't know what that means, you should watch Naval Ravikant's content. He talks about using leverage, 4 forms of leverage. I won't be going into that right now, but I would use leverage in form of tools, automations, and creating tutorial content that drives more leads. Set more realistic daily goals to prevent overexertion. My biggest mistake was promising to do videos in addition to what I've been doing on the business front. It was just too much. Automate more process to reduce manual workload. We talked about that. Learn about effective cold outreach strategies and best practices. Implement daily self-care practices, meditation, hobbies, exercise go a long way. Like I said, final results. Clients acquired 2. This is not cash collected, but revenue generated. I think I collected close to 2,000 or 3,000 or something in that first month. Once the revenue came in month 2, month 3, so it was around 8,000 being generated. Again, beyond 30 days, I did have people that closed from the outreach that I did initially, 3 to 4 clients. And the other billionaire I was talking about, there is a minimum amount of time needed for every project or task. While pushing yourself and using resources to cut down on time is beneficial, you must be careful not to go overboard. Whatever productivity strategy you use, you must devote the minimum necessary time to your announcement. As Warren Buffett said, you can't produce a baby in 1 month by getting 9 women pregnant. that is so funny. And if you think about it, it's right. As new as I was, building $1 million business, reaching that $83,000 revenue, it has been done multiple times. Thousands of people have already done it. Me being a completely new in the field of business, it took time. I was really happy with what I have achieved, $7,800. I did not give up. I took a break. For sure, I did not do outreach for the next 2 to 3 months. But by then, I've been getting leads from inbound. People would book calls from my videos, and I had this monthly recurring revenue of 4,000, 3,000. It was up few months, 6,000, 7,000, until I discovered my Grand Slam offer, business in a box, and that's changed everything. I went from 3,000 a month to 25,000 a month in a span of 38 days. And that's what it showed me. I underestimated what I could do in a month, but over the course of time, 1 year, fast forward, I'm in a completely different place. I'm not at my goal yet, but I will. Next steps: analyze your target market, build your offer, develop a pronged outreach strategy, content, cold outreach, networking. Networking has been huge. After this challenge, someone suggested attending in-person events, meetups, where your ideal customer hangs out is amazing strategy. And I have gotten 3 to 4 clients like that. Create systems and processes for sustainable growth. This is absolutely important. You need to find leverage. You need to practice what you preach. You need to use AI. At least if you are not in a position to hire someone, use AI. So useful tools, CRM software for managing these client relationships, or the least you could do is use an Airtable AI agency CRM. I show that in my how I got a client in 7 days video. Email automation tools. This is much better than paid ads in my opinion when you are beginning, because paid ads, if you don't have $50 or $100 to spend each day, email automation is your next best thing you could do. Recommended reading 100 million offers. I don't want to easily recommend. I don't feel like recommending books because people procrastinate a lot while reading books. So be mindful, find that balance, take action towards your goals, building your agency. And this is $100 million offers, $100 million leads by Alex Hormozi. Deep Learning AI have some excellent courses you can watch, and prompt engineering, meta prompting in particular, is a great skill to have in your tool belt. So these are my communities. If you are willing to spend some money, you can join my paid or premium community. I do weekly calls. I share a ton of my templates, playbooks, worksheets. And if you are not there yet, you can even join my free community where I do weekly Q&As, and I have resources in there that can help you in your journey. I hope you have learned something from my experience and how I would do things differently. And these are some of the processes. For example, one-click onboarding, it has been saving me hours every week, every new client that I onboard. These are all the systems that I'm talking about. If you are interested, watch that video next.